So it's one of these days where I find myself kind of in a very weird situation where I'm supposed to be reviewing my new Defender 90X, but I don't know if I should feel poor doing it or rich, because there's something very interesting about this car. This watch could cost literally 4 times the price of this car in its highest spec possible. So basically, if you had 4 of these Defenders, it would be enough to buy one of these watches. So for that reason, I kind of feel poor driving this, because I'm sitting in a car that's not even worth the price of my watch, or not even a quarter of it. So that's problem one. But then I think to myself, well, look at this roof. You have a cloth roof, but you get this beautiful view, and it's fully open, and you have these big windows, and you're sitting high. You literally feel invincible, and you could hose down the interior of your car. So that reminds me that I'm in a rich person's Jeep. Basically, I'm in a really expensive version of a Jeep, a more capable, more exciting, better version of what is considered to be a very popular product. So that's why I'm at this dilemma. How am I supposed to feel? Rich or poor? So I have had one of these cars before. I have had it on the channel. I have talked about it over and over, and I've said the Defender is an incredible car. I prefer it in a 4-door, but yet here I am again, having bought another 2-door. So the real question is, why? Why did I yet buy a product that I didn't enjoy as much as its counterpart, and why did I buy this instead? Well, there's a reality we must face, that the 2-door, despite being incredibly difficult to get in the back seats and yet incredibly roomy, it's a beautiful car. Like, there's a ton of room back there. You could have anything you want back there. It's fantastic. The problem with it is that it's really hard to get in back there. So it's just not comfortable getting in. And so for that reason, it's not as useful. And of course, you lose the trunk entirely, because your trunk's basically this big. So unless you're hiding a midget or carrying golf clubs, but I don't think anybody that owns one of these would ever want to go golf. That's like completely it's too pretty of a game to like do something in a Defender. But anyways, so since you barely can't carry anything, and there's really no usage for this back seat, it's kind of this car that's just really cool looking and really cool acting, but not so cool if you have to take a bunch of people around. Now, since I already have a series of SUVs under my name, like from an Escalade to an Urus to a G-Wagon, it didn't make sense to have or need another SUV. What I did need was to buy an additional car to keep at the office in case my daily beater needs a beater, because it's raining too much, and here in Florida it tends to flood. So I needed really fat tires, incredible excess LED lights for no reason, steps to get in the car even easier because I'm short, and a quad exhaust and everything that comes on the beauty of this awesome 2-door Defender. And so I decided to yet again purchase another Defender, but I did a little bit different, because I didn't necessarily want a car for me. I want an extra car in case I had friends come to the office or literally have a bad weather day. It had to make sense. So I had to literally buy a beater. So I went and found the nicest under 10,000 mile Defender 2-door I could find without the V8, because I didn't want the gas and I wanted something cheap. I didn't want like a premium car, rather an affordable, I don't care about car. And so came this car. And the modifications were so cheap, because obviously it's a Defender, not a Ferrari, that it just made sense. Now, contrary to what most people believe, saying that the Defender is very slow unless it has V8, it couldn't be further from the truth. It is incredibly agile, it is incredibly fast, and even though it has a plastic or panel or whatever the hell that is on the roof, it's just really versatile and exciting. And I think the fact that it doesn't break down, meaning it's just one of these cars like the Jeep that can take a lot of beating, makes it so much more exciting and so much more fun than a lot of other cars like it. And more than anything else, I actually think it's incredibly good looking. So that's why I've decided to yet again buy another Defender 90 to keep. So I decided that instead of just doing a review on the car, I was going to tell you a little bit about what you should be looking for if you're looking to buy a Defender. And the reality is there are a lot of Defender trims and models, and it's very confusing. SC, SC Dynamic, X Dynamic, blah, 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 who gives a shit, right? And there's some cars that even have an air compressor in the back, who gives a shit, you're not gonna fill out your own tire. There's a ladder on this thing. Yes, that's right. There's a ladder so you can climb on your own roof for no reason. Maybe they should install this on some Huracans, because there's idiots that stand on their windshield thinking it's like the right thing to do because it's ballsy yet it's stupid. But nonetheless, there's a ladder on this, so maybe we should buy this car and do that. And there's a roof rack for no reason, because I don't carry a mattress or a tent. But it's really interesting looking because it has a ton of stuff on it. But there's a lot of accessories you can buy in one. And what I've discovered over the years, having bought, like I've had 4 Defenders now total, and one of the things I've discovered having bought Defenders in the past is accessories really sell these cars. So like it's really hard to, if you look online actually, you'll see a ton of cars for sale, and you'll see that a ton of them don't have any accessories. They don't have wider fender flares. They don't have really, really cool ladders and boxes and tactical boxes and roof racks. They don't have the front like thing that looks like it can basically hammer through a crowd. And you don't have these nice wheel covers or anything else. So you have a ton of these little accessories that really aren't expensive, but yet they prevent most people from owning this car because they just don't know how to buy those things on the side. They're like the entire accessory pack on this car is roughly like $4 or $5 grand, not aftermarket, but I mean the stuff that came on the car that are accessories like the ladder, the roof rack, and everything all together. Very, very cheap, like very, very cheap. But yet most people, because of that $5 grand, will literally go buy a car that's listed at 25, 30 grand more because they just don't know what to do to get that stuff and they really like the look. So there is this balance with the Defender where the more stuff you have on it, the more people are interested in looking at it, but they hate graphics. So the Trek model, the Safari model, they don't like that stuff, but they like all the accessory packs and they like big tires. So that's what I've kind of realized over the years. So if you're gonna buy one, get one with some fat ass tires and a ton of accessories, and you can literally forget 90% of the options. Like, and that's the best thing. I've had a ton of these, some of which are like super heavy loaded and some that are not. And I've done better with the ones that are not because nobody, when they come to buy it, cares about it. And it's incredible. So I can drive them for free every 6 months, get rid of them, get another one, get rid of it, get another one. It's just an incredibly easy to execute hack. And it just made sense for me to once again, buy another one, put a set of big tires on it, make it look as redneck as I can, like a rich people's Jeep, and then obviously drive it by having tinted windows so nobody knows I'm brown. So hopefully that made sense. If it doesn't make sense to me either. But the point that I'm trying to make here is you can have great sex in the back, and that's really all that matters when you're buying a car, other than the fact that it's really hard to get in. You see what I did there? Yeah. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this review for Exotic Car Hacks, and I will catch you next time on another one of our wonderful awkward reviews that we do here, and more. So like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.